Welcome to Scott Cooks. Today I'm going to be making one of my all-time favorite meals in the Ninja Foodie. Ribeye steak, bone in, broiled over top of roasted potatoes. I've made this once before. I'll put a link in the description. This time I'm going to spice it up a little bit, change it up just a little bit, and it's going to be great. Stay tuned. And we got just a little bit of prep work to do to get this ready. First thing you want to do is take your steak. This is a bone-in, 1 pound bone-in ribeye, prime beef. First thing I like to do is get that to somewhere near room temperature, which I've already been doing. We'll just get that out on a plate. I think we need that part on there. Let's get that out on a plate. Just let it come to room temperature. Cooks a whole lot better at room temperature, guys. Next thing we want to do is get your favorite chicken broth. Pour yourself 1 cup of chicken broth. Now that's for 2 servings of potatoes. So if you're trying to make a whole lot more potatoes, obviously you want to increase this. I've already washed these and cleaned them. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 small to medium sized white potatoes. Red works very well also. Go ahead and pour your chicken broth directly into the FOODI. If your potatoes are smaller than this, you can just leave them whole. I'm going to cube mine up, or at least slice them in half for the small ones. We're going to go right into the FOODI with those. For the medium size, you know, it's your discretion. That's probably good enough. This one is probably the biggest one of all. So I think we'll just take him and quarter it up right into the FOODI with it. Now we're going to have to prep these potatoes a little bit to get them to roast up properly. Let me show you how we're going to do that. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is put my all-time favorite seasoning on there. I'm not going to tell you how much to use. Use what you like. I know what I like. Next thing you want to do is grab your handy dandy pressure lid, pop it on, set it all the way to the left to seal it. Power up your FOODI. Put it on pressure, default to high. We're going to cut this all the way back to 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, we're going to do a quick release of the pressure, and then we'll drain the liquid and move on to the next stuff, which is the steak. Yeah. I'm going to get that steak ready the way I like it. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Got a spray bottle here with some grapeseed oil in it. I like grapeseed oil. It cooks well, tastes good. Olive oil would be my other choice, but I'm going to use the grape. So I'm just going to give it a light spray. Just a light spray, both sides. That's enough. You might not have ever seen anybody do this before, but high-end restaurant chefs, this is usually how you're going to get your steak cooked. You might not even know it's on there, but this is what they're doing, and that's what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to use a little kosher salt. Now, you're going to think, oh, he's going to make this all salty. No, I'm not. Kosher salt doesn't taste like table salt. Just go easy with it. And what it does is it locks in moisture, juices. Just pat that down. Creates a little bit of a crust on there for you. And just overall makes your steak perfect. Just don't go nuts with it, y'all. And that's that. We're just going to let it sit out here on the counter while we get our potatoes ready. All right, you probably saw that onion sitting there. This is a sweet onion. It's not a Vidalia, but it is a sweet onion. Sweet white. Boy, these cook up nice. And we're going to add some of the onion to our potatoes. So what I like to do is just grab me about half the onion here. Pop the skin off. Just generally clean things up, you know what to do. And we got a little root growing in the middle. We'll get that out. And I like to make mine about like that. About this size. Because they're going to shrivel up a little bit when they cook. So I'm just throwing these over in a bowl right now. Just getting them ready. Separating them. Break apart. You know, the good thing about these sweet onions is very rarely will they ever make your eyes cry. Different kind of onion, y'all. Not that you can't get a strong one every once in a while, but generally these don't do that. Okay? I like fancy up my potatoes, so I'm going to throw in some garlic as well. Again, as little or as much as you guys want. This garlic is not looking too hot. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Ends. I'm going to cut the ends away. Right, that's pretty garlicky. That's pretty good right there. So look, there's a couple things you can do here with your garlic. The easiest way, pop the ends. Skin usually will just fall off. If it doesn't, I'll show you how to get that skin off real quick. I'll leave some skin on so I can show you. Take a flat knife, take your garlic, smash it, skin falls right off. That's it. Just no real big secret. I've seen so many people struggle with garlic. It's kind of sad. It's fine. I'll tell you a little trick you can do. Remember that smashing thing? Smash it some more. Releases some of the juices. Anyway, just use the rocking motion. Dice it up. No sense getting the press all dirty. That's good enough. Right over here in the onion bowl. Ready to roll. We're coming to pressure over here on the FOODI. So I'll do a little cleanup in the meanwhile. All right, we just got to pressure. Three minutes, then we'll do a quick release. So in the meanwhile, make sure you've got your sink empty. Have a colander or strainer in there because we're going to pull the pot pretty quick and get the potatoes out. We don't want those potatoes to cook under pressure or steam any more than we have to. We're not trying to make mashed potatoes here. We're trying to make a roasted / smashed potato. Once your time is reached, you can power it off. Go ahead and release the pressure. Drain the liquid and go ahead and put your garlic and onions in. You can mix those up a little bit if you want. Wooden spoon. Try not to smash up the potatoes though, they might be a little soft. If you want to add a little more seasoning, now's the time, but I'm going to leave mine just the way it is. Looks fantastic. Alright guys, here's what you're going to need to do. You're going to use the rack that came with the FOODI. So what you want to do is take your potatoes and just sort of scoot them around a little bit so you get your rack down in there. There we go. Get you that nice big old steak. Get it right up on top. Center it up. Go ahead and close the lid. Power up your foodie, put it on broil, set your time. Now what I'm going to do here is just set my time to some ridiculous time that I know I'm not going to hit, because I just don't want the foodie to turn off on me. Okay, when I'm cooking steak or any meat really, I'm not really going to cook by time, I'm going to cook by temperature. And what I'm shooting for is medium. So I'm going to go for 160 degrees, which means I'm going to probe it until it hits just at 155, a good 155. I'm going to pull the steak, get it on a clean plate, put a little aluminum foil tin over it, and let it rise to 160 in about 5 minutes under the foil. And that is how you cook a perfect steak. If you want yours rare, medium, whatever, well done, just use the appropriate temperature 5 minutes early. Pull it, let it rest for 5 minutes. If not, the thing is cooking on the plate. So let it rest. What am I using? I got this from Kohl's, I think. Probably 20 bucks. I've used it probably 300 times. I love it. It works great. You can go Fahrenheit, Celsius, just on, off, and if you want to just hold the temperature, like if I want to show somebody, I can say, all right, 165, press hold, and then just come over and show you what I got. It's great. Anyway, I've cooked steak a million times in here. I know I'm going to need about, 8-9 minutes on each side to get where I want to be. So we'll come back and check the temperature and about 7 more minutes or so. All right, guys, we are just at the 9-minute mark. Look at that beauty. Now, clearly this is not ready, unless you want it raw. But we want to get some kind of a baseline. We need to know about where we're at. Let's see if I can get that on the camera. Okay, so we're cruising up to 100. So obviously we got a little ways to go. Slowing down, I'm going to call that about 108-ish. And we're going to go ahead and flip. Oh, this is the best part. All those beautiful juices running down on the potatoes, helping roast those up. Unbelievable. Keep it rolling. All right, we're going to go another about 8 minutes, and we'll check again. And I just want to give you guys a little safety precaution here. Even though I don't show you that I'm doing it, I wash and sanitize this between every use. I just put this into raw meat. So I don't want to put this raw meat into my cooked meat. So I'm going to go over and sanitize it, clean it, and dry it. All right, y'all. That was 9 more minutes. You can see we have quite a difference now. Oh, I'm just looking at the potatoes underneath. Oh, gorgeous. Nice and brown. Anyway, let's check our temperature. Remember what we're shooting for. Like to get 155. Going to go a little over 155, so it's ready. It's ready to pull. I'm going to go get a plate ready and get a little piece of aluminum foil. All right, now it's a good time while the steak is resting. Let's go ahead and check those potatoes. They are browned just beautifully. See, some of them are falling apart. Let's get one of these thick ones. Just drive a fork through it. Yeah, that's what we're looking for right there. Not mashed, but so that I can smash it like that. Okay, those are ready. What I'm going to do is take yourself a big old mixing bowl. Zoom that out so you can see what I'm doing. Big old mixing bowl. I'm going to drop these over in there. Throw in a little butter. And double check the seasoning, and they'll be about ready to go. So, quick summary here, what we're up to. I just pulled the potatoes, onions, garlic out. Got this resting under a little foil. That should come out to just a touch over 160 temperature. And what I'm going to do now, I like to use unsalted sweet cream butter in all of my cooking. So I'm going to take me a nice, probably about a tablespoon there. Just let it melt all over the potatoes. So I'm just going to go ahead and melt that up. Believe me, they're plenty hot. And what I'm going to try to do here is just get these good and melted. the butter, and just going to serve it just like this on the plate, and we just smash them a little bit right on the plate. We'll just get this up on the top. Just let that run down. It's looking good, guys. We're about done here. All right, let's start with some of these perfectly cooked roasted potatoes. Just giving them a little smush like that. And they are ready. Add a ribeye steak to the mix. Let's cut into this puppy. Oh, that is just perfectly cooked, guys. Well, for me. Don't comment on the temperature, guys. I cook this to eat. This is how we want it. Little line of pink running through, that makes it a medium. If you like it yours more well done, or if you like yours a little more on the rare side, you know what to do. Just adjust your time a little bit. If you like this video, please leave me some comments. Subscribe to the channel. Click the like button. Don't forget to click that gray bell for me for notifications. Make sure you check the description box. Important links to the previous version of this and Patreon and some other stuff in there. I want to thank everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you use your foodie to give this a try. Don't be afraid. It's one of the best steak and potato dishes you'll ever make in that foodie. Thanks for watching, y'all.